Hi, good morning. Welcome to Tottenham Tantrum Gold, your home, your classic games, classic content, and classic debate. They were doing another morning at Ben's lovely coffee shop. Absolutely great. I love these shows. They're great fun, and it's a great way to interact with all the people this morning that are messaging in and spending a few hours with two really great people on this stream. The first one below me, well, this man is no introduction. He makes the best coffee in town. He is the one, he is the only Ben, Coffee Man. How are you, Ben?
Doing good. I just have to head. It's bloody sod's law. This is right.
Yeah.
I'll be back in a sec. Just hook me off.
All right, we'll hook him off there now. And next to me, well, is my usual co-host. He's with me every stream I on.
I've just got to nip off, Dermot.
Oh,
only
okay.
joking. Sorry, only joking.
He is the backbone in this channel. He is the one. He's only Mr. Cougar Man 99. How are you, Couv?
Doing all right this morning. No Mark Cousins. There's no transfers yet.
No.
He's going to be in the comments saying that somewhere.
He will be.
But, yeah.
No, we've got a few comments actually this morning. I tell you, that intro gets me every time.
Great, isn't it?
I could sit and watch that. That's the show. That's it. We've done do the intro. We've done the show. That's it.
Yeah, have the morning off.
Yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow morning with another intro. Tune in then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right. Shall we get some through these comments? I mean, there's some good ones. We've got Simon Cartwright, Stephen Cartwright. Good morning, Stephen. How are you?
Morning, mate. Have we signed anyone yet? Yeah, it's the new acronym, isn't it? That'll be the Spurs. That'll be as popular as Coys soon, won't it?
What's your thoughts on it, Coog? It's ridiculous now, isn't it? It's absolutely
no. I think
gone
it's a
beyond
good
the joke.
No, right. Actual sign. Yeah, well,
yeah,
it's always the same, isn't it?
Joke. Yeah.
Pretend we've signed people, make a late move so late that it doesn't get done, save the money, and say, "Oh well, difficult to do transfers in January." Yeah, probably is when you start on the 24th.
Levy's
I
a
mean,
businessman.
Which, it's a bit early to start calling Levy what I think he is, but
Oh no, go on. I didn't say too early.
We'll leave it. Leave it
to the 1st of Feb.
Sushant Basal, good of you to join us again, mate.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Nothing has changed. It seems to be Paratici and Conte hasn't been given any assurance for footballing sides. Amrabat loan talks now. Adama deal pending. What WTF is going on? This ain't our club. Yeah, no. Great. It's just it's Levy's club, isn't it? He's just doing what he sees fit, and that's not fit for us.
No.
Celery agent, good of you to join us again, mate.
Yeah.
Eugene,
well.
Hello, Eugene. He's saying hello to everybody here.
I love the name of his YouTube channel. It's brilliant. I mean,
Persuasion. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Yeah,
it is.
Love a good play on words.
Yeah, and a great host as well. He does a great show every Tuesday, I think, lunchtime, So everyone, please get over there and hit your likes on Eugene's channel.
Good, friendly, laid-back channel. I love it. Yeah. Sushant again saying it's getting beyond frustrating. Blood boiling. This Paratici and Conte seems to be the human shield. To them, I think Conte should walk away at this moment of time. Levy and Enoch, I think it's time to go. I think that's a very popular view now, my friend. So many of us frustrated beyond belief.
And the sad thing is, they won't go. Because they won't go until they've leached every bit of blood out of this club.
Well, the club is just the front for their sort of expanding territory gains off field, isn't it? New buildings being put up, cinema now. They're going to try and take over as much as they can and make a big pile of money out of it.
Yeah.
Club doesn't really matter as long as we're bumbling along doing nothing. It doesn't matter.
No, Keith Birkinshaw was right. I've said it before and I'll say it again. He was right in out. What was that? 30 years ago he said that? 40 years ago?
40 nearly, yeah.
He used to be a football club over there. Well, Jesus, he was looking into the future.
True enough. Sushant again. He's a lot to say this morning, mate. That's good. Conte doesn't seem to be backed. I don't think so. No, it doesn't look that way. You can see he's frustrated, can't you?
Yeah.
Um,
Do you think
Eugene-
just a quick question on that? Do you think he'll walk in February?
no, I think he'll hang on to the summer. He'll make his point that he's doing the work, and there's only so much he can get, only so much blood he can get out of a stone.
That's true.
When he is getting blood out of a stone at the moment. Eugene saying 25 days, still no sight of any signings. Conte will be gone by February. Levy out. I think it's just a question of when he goes, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't. You've got to be pretty die-hard, sort of faithful to think he's going to be hanging around if he just doesn't get anything. It's going to be pointless. He won't be able to achieve his goals, which is winning things.
I mean, there's part of me hoping he will stay. But the sensible part of me says he'll be gone by February or by the end of the season, which is quite sad, really. It's a decent manager we've had in years, and we're just
if he goes by the end of February, then it's absolutely catastrophically bad. Summer will be hugely bad, but the mid-season, after joining mid-season, my God, what does that say about what's going on at the club?
I mean, who do you blame?
Obvious, isn't it?
I know, but do you blame? Does Paratici have any blame here, or is he just blameless?
For not getting any funds, so what's he going to do? He can only juggle a little bit. So it's only one man. It's the same man making the policies when it comes to transfer in and outs.
That's true.
That doesn't change. So
no.
we're stuck with that. Philip Brady, good morning, mate. Can I suggest everyone calms down and not take whatever rumour appears on social media as gospel? Experience tells me 95% of it is fabricated. Absolutely right.
Yeah. Especially from certain journos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People want to build up the interest, hype everything up just to get a few sales done.
Clickbait.
Yeah. Always been the same.
Yeah.
Social media is just basically tabloid journalism, isn't it?
Yeah.
Carl Simpson, good morning, gents. Morning, mate. I hope you're all well. Another day, more rumours and more tabloid gossip, chatting shit. I'll be glad when this window is over. Yeah, me too, mate. Even if we're not getting anybody, just might as well just put an end to it. It's like, otherwise it's like being teased with something worthwhile happening. Just shut it off. We know where we're going. Just go into sleep mode for the rest of the season, man.
It's like being killed slowly. That's what it feels like. We're being killed slowly and very slowly, and they're just doing slow torture on you, and you know you're going to die at the end of it. So do you just want to get over and done with?
No. We always have the hope bit, don't we? It's just the little bit that keeps us going. That's why we stay Spurs fans. And I'll think of it more like climbing a rope ladder, getting out of a well, and somebody keeps lowering it a little bit all the time. Constantly climbing to get nowhere. Philip saying Spurs have always left it late in the transfer window. No reason to believe this one will be any different. I think the deadline day transfers seem to be a bit of a myth. Don't think we've actually done that very often.
No, only since Van der Vaart.
Yeah. But well, I wouldn't say leave it late. I'd say we leave it. Generally, things tend not to happen. And I do genuinely believe that is a deliberate ploy, just so it appears that we're doing something to try and appease fans.
Yeah, we're perennial nearly, Ben. We nearly do something, and then we say, oh, at least we tried. It's unacceptable.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think now it's got to a point now. We're wise to it. We're wise to the cracks, and I think enough's enough.
Well, no, a lot of people still get sucked in by it. I mean, I can understand it. I forgive anybody having the wool pulled over their eyes because they're experts at it, aren't they, Enoch? You don't stay in for 21 years and get away with it without knowing how to appear to be doing well. Derek Hutchinson, good morning, gentlemen. Any sign of signings yet? Nice one, mate.
No.
Open mic comedy store.
Yeah, hang on. We've signed a packet of Rice Krispies.
And some
That's all we
frazzles.
signed.
We wouldn't splash out on that. Only if they're being given away. Stevie Frazier, Traore, Costa, Ronaldo, and Ngio, and Ndombele and Ali out will do me at this point. He'll do everybody at this point, I think. Can't see it happening.
Can you see any of them going out?
Yes.
Going out,
Sorry,
possibly. Ndombele sounds pretty promising, doesn't it?
I think Giovanni Lo Celso will be gone as well. I think he'll get. Apparently, him and Conte hate each other, so I reckon he'll be thrown out the door.
And the walking crayon.
Who's gonna sign him?
Cancel
Would
his
you?
contract.
I wouldn't.
No, I won't cancel his contract. Just do anything to get him out of the club.
John
Big up,
Fitzpatrick.
John.
Big up, mate.
Big up, man.
Carl saying, "Don't worry. All this is what it's always like. Players will be in this week, definitely."
Well,
loving the optimism,
right,
mate. But
yeah,
we can but hope, can't we?
Yeah, we can. Jesus, it's really depressing, isn't it? Sport nightclub sometimes.
Always.
It's just, we were saying it, wasn't it? Everywhere seems flat. Do you know, because you see other clubs doing business, and Aston Villa have done more business than us.
Yeah.
And they say you can do business in January, and Aston Villa have done more business than us.
I think worryingly, they're starting to look like a threat for our league position next season, I think.
Yeah. And even Newcastle have done some business.
Well, yeah, they're going to spend huge, aren't they? Yeah. They won't worry about financial fair play. They're just going to spend massive.
Yeah.
There you go, Kauffie. There's your message.
Yeah, there we are, Mark. Morning, mate.
Morning,
Guess
Mark.
what? Guess what the answer is, Mark?
No.
Who else we got? That was a guaranteed comment this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Frank. Morning, mate.
Morning, Frank.
Oh, change your name slightly, the screen name. Yeah, that's a good one.
You might be worried about using that name because YouTube might bop you.
That's true.
Yeah.
True. Keep the Frank bit, though. That'll work. Stevie Fraser saying, oh, no, we had this one, didn't we?
Yeah.
We did this one.
He must have put it in again.
Sushant saying, I really respect you, Philip. Really do, but I don't think it's going to help them. I don't think it's going to just get sorted under this board, and not a chance. Any hope, guys? No. Well, about business being done late, as said, I just think it's a case of we'll pretend we did something.
Yeah.
I can see on Ndombele actually going, though, because that does seem like PSG do seem genuinely interested.
Do you think we'll do that as a swap deal, Kauffie, or do you think we'll just do it as a straight going out deal?
I think it's going to end up as a straight going out deal because
I think it's going to be a loan, and then we'll sell him in the summer.
Yeah, something along those lines. Or a loan, and they'll decide he's useless as well, and we just get him back again and can't shift him.
Can you not just cancel these contracts in these players?
It's not that simple to keep doing that.
I know it's not.
Celery agent, hello everybody.
Good morning. Yeah.
Steve, morning. Are we doing these in reverse or something? This doesn't seem to make all sense on some of these. All right, Steve Fraser, morning, Dermot Cooper.
It's
Ben
opposite day today. We go backwards.
Intro is top class. Thank you very much. Well, you got a big thank you to Phil for that. He did a lot of hard work with that lesson.
There's a reason he's Hollywood.
Yeah, that's the reason why he is Hollywood. We've got CCH. That's a new one.
Morning.
Good morning.
We're signing Sofian Amrabat. This club is a mess. I've only heard the name mentioned. I've not looked at what the player's like, but people don't seem to be too impressed, do they?
No.
Well, that's summed up with this comment again. Amrabat looks whack.
You know it's bad when you use the term whack.
Paul Brown, morning, mate. He's some good morning,
Paul.
gents. All in chat. Back Conte, Enoch out. Gets my vote.
Frank's in again.
If we don't get at least Traore, things will get toxic. I think they're going to get toxic
already.
even if we do get him. Yeah. Mark saying, did anyone watch Lee, the Dorset Spur video on the Y word?
I would say with this comment, is Lee the Dorset Spur a Jewish guy?
Don't know.
Because I mean, I don't think people should be commenting on the word unless they're fully physically and emotionally connected to that word as well, or at least got people on that show that are connected to the word. Because it means two different things from a Tottenham fan and someone like myself that has rocks pelted at them when they go out of school. So I would keep that in mind. So I want to know full context on the video.
Absolutely. You've got to hear the entire. You've got to hear the entire package, haven't you? Not just one part. Yeah.
I'll let you do it, Coop. I might have some breaking news on the signing, so I just need to double check it. So,
is it going to be Traore is not coming, and Mbele has put his boots on and he's expecting to carry on training as normal? Frank saying, I feel sorry for Kane and Son. It's Enoch completely wasting their careers in a space station stadium that used to be the Shelf. God, I miss the old White Hart Lane. Yeah, I do too, mate. It's all the good memories are there for me. What can you do? So you have to move with the times, unfortunately, but the stadium's moved with the times. The team hasn't. That's the trouble. Sushant saying, who's going to the protest at the Hotspur Way? Well, that's sort of Brian Daigle territory, isn't it?
That reminds me. That's what I had to do. Thank you for reminding me that.
You're off, are you?
No. I said to Brian, I'd send him a link so he can jump on.
Oh, right. Okay.
From this protest.
Oh, roving reporter.
Yeah. Well, I got something from our. Hang on, I'll do this first, and then I'll come back on the.
Finish your comments and then come back to the breaking news, is it?
Yeah, I'm just waiting to hear back from our Hollywood star.
Right, okay.
He just sent me something this morning, so I'm just trying to get it if it is confirmed.
Okay, I'll carry on with these in the meantime. Stevie Fraser saying this window is lie when you're trying to get the car and your mate keeps nudging forward every time you try and get in. Yeah, absolutely.
That's true.
Adam Clark, morning, mate, from Tottenham.
Morning, Adam.
Another day in Levy Land. It is indeed.
Yeah. Another Irish brother. See, there's a few.
Wayne Bonner, morning, gents. What have I missed?
Not a lot.
People talking about no transfers. I suppose I said it. We're not even getting our bad players out for yes, I know what you mean, Adam. It's slow going with everything.
It's getting a joke now, isn't it, really?
Stevie Fraser, I meant Carlos, obviously, but when we retract the messages, you still have them up on yours.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, because it goes on StreamYard, not on.
Moondog.
Moondog said morning to us all. Morning, mate. Mooning, mates. Mooning, Moondog, yes.
Wasn't that the fella out of Hello Hello used to say everything quite fondly?
Oh, that's right. The undercover Englishman. Yeah. Adam Clark saying, one question, where's Adama?
Still at Wolves. Plain and simple.
Sushant, who the hell is this Abramat from Fiorentina? Any ideas,
shit, that's
people?
who he is.
I've never heard of
nobody. Yeah, he's a nobody sort of player. Somehow it doesn't sort of ring of a Conte or Paratici sort of move, does it? Paratici might have mentioned him, but he'll be cheap, and then Levy's ears will have pricked up, and he'll be onto it. CCH, Spurs went to Italy for Vlahovic, Kessié, McKennie, Dybala, and coming back with Fiorentina's reserve midfielder. Levy out, Enoch out. That seems to sum it up.
Yeah. I don't know if we can read that one. Because I'll go to the next one. I will go back to it, but just want you okay on that if we can bring it up.
Okay. No. It's just.
Is that all right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's all right.
Yeah. It's just pointing out.
Okay.
I mean,
it's just Frank saying. Nobody mentioned to me when I was paranormal yeardo the politics behind the word year, but I'll keep it till my bum is slapped. I'll grow up shouting yeardo. Yeah, there is that kind of element to it, but have to be careful nowadays. Like as Ben said, it's
that but you don't know. It's not. There's so much. It's not politics. It is a horrific word. Let's be frank here. It is a horrific, horrible word that not just denigrates the entire Jewish community, but a certain section of the Jewish community. Because there's quite a lot of Jewish people, and there are 5 different types of Jewish people, and it only refers to one type of Jewish person. So we just need to be careful.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Hello, we've got Brian from the training ground who's just joined us.
Oh boy!
Morning, guys.
Morning, Brian.
Morning.
How you doing? I'm with Graham. How we doing?
Graham!
Hiya.
Morning,
We
Graham.
all good?
Morning, Graham.
Yeah.
How's the protest going?
Well, no, it's not even. I mean, it's me and Graham at the moment. I'm hoping more, but like I said, and as I've just tweeted, and if you guys can retweet Coover and I know Ben's not on Twitter, because it's like I said, it's not a case of how many are here right now. Monday's the day that everyone's planned. The players are back here Friday or Saturday.
Well, they'll get back in here.
Friday. They'll be back here Saturday. Look, there's a lot more people bibbing as we go past, and the Mirror have now tweeted, or the Spurs web or Daily Hotspur, one of them have just tweeted that the Mirror have picked up on the rumours that Conte may walk. Ali Gold's tweeted apparently nothing's been done so far with Adama. It's the same shit, and then you got people saying, yeah, but what can we do? Well, what you can do is start tweeting Levy out. What you can start doing if you're in London and you've got spare time is you can get down to it Hotspur Way. There is so much that can be done, but from what I'm hearing and what I'm checking, Twitter is getting quite toxic with Levy out right now.
I've just retweeted for you, Brian.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'm going to do that now myself.
So yeah, I've only quickly popped on. I might pop in and out through the show because obviously I've got to keep my battery. But yeah, so it's another day.
Big question. How warm are your feet today?
Today I put on those thermal socks. I'm not wearing my mesh trainers. My hands are quite cold because I haven't put my gloves on yet because I'm talking to you. But it is a little bit nippy. But we're here till 4:30 today. So if anyone is in the area, be here till 4:30. I don't know the time for tomorrow yet because I'm supposedly I'm meant to be having my booster shot, so I won't be here. But people will be. I'll be here Thursday afternoon, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think we're here till 9 till 6. And then Monday, we're saying 7:30 in the morning now, aren't we? 7:30 in the morning to 11 p.m. at night.
Jesus. Let nobody ever question your dedication to the club, mate.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. That's the thing that I mentioned today. Like you saw on that tweet, I said, listen, whether you're with me or with us or against us, want to say anything? I don't really care. That I respect your opinion. But don't ever... the main thing to me is I'm a man of my word. And that means more to me than anything. Yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, if there's any developments, how long are you going on for today?
I think just the normal an hour and a half.
Hour or so longer, something like that.
Yeah.
All right, cool. If there's any developments or anything else, I'll check in. But just to let you know, we are here. We are here. So however many people you've got watching right now, if you can get here before 4:30, we're here. If you can't, it's understandable. But please, just retweet everything that Levy out people are doing. That's all we ask because we need to get it out there. That's all we ask. You can't get down and support, and you're wondering how you can support. Just get this vocal.
Well, I've just retweeted as well for you, Brian, as well. So
Cheers.
I've done that.
Cheers, brother, and I'll let you go because my hands are turning into ice and I need my gloves.
See you later, Brian.
So guys, Ben, can you move your coffee shop down to Enfield for the next few days?
No.
Damn it. But you can try. You can try. But
Why
listen,
don't you come here before the protest and I can warm you up?
Yeah, maybe that's an idea beforehand. But yeah, I will let you go. But guys, listen, just keep retweeting everything. Keep not just what I'm doing, what anyone Levy out is doing. Just retweet everything. And then, yeah, I'll leave you with the famous words. And as always, and I can't use my other hand because I dropped my phone, Levy out.
Levy out. There you go. There's Brian from the training ground this morning. And
roving reporter.
I love the roving reporter stuff.
Yeah, that's it. And I've got the banner going across the bottom of the screen, Levy out, Ian out. I mean, we've got to now. Enough's enough. I personally think Conte will walk before the end of the season. I think he'll make a big statement. I think he'll make a very big statement and say, look, this is what's happening. And he'll walk, and then once he walks, then all hell will break loose.
I'm just in so much in admiration for Brian and the others that are actually protesting. I mean, all day long. Wow. I know. that's something day after day, all day long. Dedication.
If we were there, we'd be there, wouldn't we, Kauffie?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah. We'd be there. We'd be doing the show from there. A live broadcast.
Yeah. I'll certainly be bringing a few thermos flasks to that.
with a bit of whiskey and vodka.
Could protest from the back of a hot dog van or something.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be right.
We've got John Fitzpatrick here, Levy out.
Yep. Big up, mate.
Big up, man.
Stevie Strain. I miss White Hart Lane, but I love our new stadium. I don't think both things are mutually exclusive. No, they're not.
No.
We had to do to stay anywhere close to the oil clubs. Yeah, you do have to look at the long-term implications.
Sadly. Very sadly, we had to do that.
And despite not wanting Levy there, you've got to say that new stadium is bloody impressive.
Yeah, it is.
Cole Simpson saying Enoch and Levy just need to go. They are useless at the football side of the business, and it's just destroying us. We will still be here after they have leached us dry and then sell us. Yeah. Are they ever going to sell us, though? That's the question. They got everything else is rolling around nicely in the background. They're making money out of it.
Let's not forget they got the houses and the cinema coming as well. Yippee. Let's all get excited about the bought houses and the cinema.
No, it didn't. It's just we were deliberating on whether to talk about it or not.
Yeah.
And then we did bring it up. So that's a go.
Don't worry, Frank. We'll get your message up.
That is one of the sort of discussions we'd probably want to have at some point, but we're going to make sure it's done with the right thing, like balanced sort of views from everybody, and making sure the appropriate people on the channel. I mean, Ben would certainly be one with that one.
Yeah, and I think Brian as well be another one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it is worth talking about Cleveland. I think it is something that needs to be planned very carefully. But it is, the discussion's worth it. We've got Adam Clark saying, big up Brian and all the protesters. Yeah, big up to them. I mean, they've put a load of work into that. Take time off work, take time out of their own families to go down there, and it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and fair play to them. They're doing what we can't do. You know, I can't get there because I live in Ireland. Cooper can't get there because he's down in Dorset, around that area. Ben's busy with his coffee shop. There's loads of people that can't get there. So Brian and Graham are doing what we can't do. So big up to them. Absolutely, really big up to them.
Another big up for Brian.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Full support from us on the channel at all times.
Yeah, so. Exactly. Go on, let you redo the tune. Go on. Who wants to do the Danny tune?
Everybody, Danny Kiriakou, do. Danny Kiriakou.
And he said he'll be there on Monday with Brian. Big up to Danny. Celery agents are saying bun.
Oh, sorry, bun.
That's Danny. Danny is the bun.
Yeah, I love that from Sean. Yeah, bun. Brutal and blunt sort of bun. Yeah, as well. So.
Bun.
Big up Sean if you are watching.
Will Kaufman. Right. Who are the best candidates to replace Levy and Enoch?
Well, it's our father does know them. It's Mr. the Guggenheims who own the Brooklyn Dodgers. Not Brooklyn, the LA Dodgers. They should be the ones who buy Tottenham. It makes sense. They've owned a sports team that's now been dominant in the Major League Baseball for 10 years now. They've been absolutely dominant. Brilliant team, brilliant setup, brilliant family. Own museums all over the world. Plenty of money. Those would be the people.
And then they can branch into both NFL and football.
Yeah, because they've already got businesses.
There we go.
Is Will your brother?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
And he also says the term, and as always,
yeah.
I tell you what, Will, welcome to the channel, sir. It's lovely to have your comments here. Right. We've got one here from Frank.
It's fine.
Okay.
And in terms of this, I've read the comment. Anti-Semitism in the UK is far worse than it ever was in the 80s. It's far worse. And if you don't agree with that, you're wrong. It's just straight up, it is far worse than it ever was in the 70s and the 80s.
I know what it's like. Also, Ben, I remember when my father came over from Ireland, he went to a bed and breakfast, and the woman had the sign.
Yeah.
No blacks, no Irish, and no animals.
So with this comment, reversing because I've seen on a lot of that, not a slate to whether it's the Irish Hotspur or to Sean or to this or any of the channels. I see anti-Semitic comments from Tottenham fans, not Arsenal fans, not Chelsea fans, not West Ham, Leeds, Nottingham Forest, Man United, from Tottenham fans.
Yeah.
So if the rats are in the walls, we need to seriously think about either stopping the word or having a full educational thing about it, because they are now in the walls. If you've got anti-Semitic Tottenham fans, the club where anti-Semitism was fought from, whether it's from Cable Street or this or all the major things, if they're inside the walls, we've got to start either think about stopping the word or we've got to have a full educational thing.
Yeah.
When did it start coming in? When did we start singing that? Was it in the 80s or late 70s?
80s.
Yeah. But there is a show we will be doing, but as Cooper says, it needs a lot of planning.
Careful.
Yeah,
Planned.
it needs very, very careful planning and definitely the right people. And it's got to be an absolutely, well, not perfect blend, but you've got to get people that both sides of it. I think not just football related, but somebody from the Jewish community would be ideal on that. Just to give their views on how it affects them, because you need to know all of it. You need to hear every side of things. So you know, you get a balanced discussion on it.
It is. But
it's a tremendously tricky subject for anybody, that one at the moment.
And big up Sean, talking of the devil, is there. Shawnee is there. Big up.
Looking forward to a stream in 45 minutes. I'll be there.
Yeah, absolutely. busy day today with streams, isn't it? And you're on later as well, Ben, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'll be on at 2:30. I need to roast some coffee.
Yeah. I tell you one thing. we come on in the mornings, don't we, Coof, saying we're going to put a game on. But we end up... No, we don't.
It's good when people have got loads to say, though.
It is.
It's nice to interact with the people coming onto the channel.
That's what makes the channel, isn't it?
Absolutely. Sushant saying, cheap deal is going to happen, I think. Once again, Lewis Sahar, Ryan Nelson type of signing, not going for top targets, not backing the manager. That's kind of what I'm expecting as well. Perhaps not quite as bad as that particular one, but wouldn't be surprised. This Fiorentina one, Amrabat, was it? Barely even heard the name. All I've heard is people's opinions of him, and nobody so far has said, "Oh, looks you're a useful player." Big up, mate, to Sean from Derek.
Yeah, and then much love to the
protesters. Protesters.
Big up, Sean.
Sean saying hello to Derek, Seller Agent, Danny saying hello. I'm always watching Dermot, you know that. Yeah,
it's the all-seeing eye.
That's what scares me.
It's the Joker.
Yeah.
It's the Joker.
Don't worry, we'll have our Batman. Danny saying big up to your brother, another Kaufman. We'll have to get him on one show, Ben.
Maybe another day.
They'll be arguing the whole stream.
Yeah, that's the problem. We would be arguing. And if you think I swear a lot.
Well, that's Friday night stream then. Mark Cousin said, I use the word without really knowing the true meaning. I'd never use it to be disrespectful, but I guess I've got some research to do on Google. That is basically the case for an awful lot of people. A lot of people use it totally innocently, but they don't know the ramifications of it and the history that goes with it. It's a tricky one as well. I mean, I've used the word for a long time myself, but I've stopped using it in the last few years because people have been coming forward that I respect saying that there's a real serious problem with it now. Because when it was the likes of David Baddiel saying it, I just thought, what an idiot. Because he's saying it's not a problem when he hears it from Chelsea fans, that when I'm making all the hissing noises, he says he just swaps seats, it's okay. But us using the Y word apparently is unbearable for him. So when you hear that, it lessens it sort of cheapens the outrage that people are feeling over the Y word.
I remember Millwall years ago wearing gas masks and things like that when we used to come to Tottenham and that. Do you know what I mean?
That's just because they're a bunch of freaks anyway, I think.
Yeah, they are a bunch of freaks.
That they haven't got past the Stone Age, I don't think, Millwall fans.
It's not even the Stone Age, is it? I mean,
Stone Age would be modern for them.
True.
I was working in a job down in Millwall, and they were playing Leeds, and it was a Saturday, and the cops came and locked down the building site we were on. And he said, right, you can't go out onto the main street for the next 2 hours. We said, why? He said, well, we're going to let the Millwall and Leeds fans fight down this street. And they literally did. They marched them one end of the street to the other, and we're watching it from the Ganger Man sort of office. They were going at it like fucking apes.
Did you place a few wagers? I can just imagine Dermot just screaming, "Kick his head in!"
Early lunch.
Yeah.
Dermot just throwing bricks down there. Hit him with that,
No, I was selling them the bricks. What are you talking about, babe? Here, £1 a brick. Here, you can
it's just like, it's just Paddy's sick note.
Yeah. But no, and the cops were just standing there watching them. And then about an hour and a half later, the cops came in, they sort of broke it all off and said, right, take it to the match now. And we're standing there going, what the fuck's just happened for the last hour and a half? They were beating the living daylights out of each other. It's just, well, that's Millwall and Leeds for you.
You missed my brother's comment, by the way. We didn't read it out.
Sorry.
Yes, we do need to do this. And so George Russell brought a PowerPoint presentation to Mercedes and showed him why he should be driving over Valtteri Bottas. And we should probably be doing that. All right, Kuba, you're on the presentation, sir.
Onto it, mate. Yeah.
Why you should buy Tottenham Hotspur? Because it would make Dermot happy. Oh, we'll do it.
There's John Fitzpatrick. There's only one Brian Daigle. What a legend. Absolutely. Ian Harper, morning, mate. What do you think of Roy Hodgson going to Watford? He's a good manager, is Roy Hodgson.
He is, actually.
He's a solid manager.
Yeah.
Do you think he's a bit old now to be doing that?
He
is. Yeah, well, if he feels up to it, he's obviously got something still to offer. I mean, Bobby Robson was still kicking around for a long time after people thought he's finished. Anyway, right, let's get on with them, shall we? It's an odd one, but they sack managers every three months anyway. Yeah. Big up Sean and John, says celery agents.
Yeah, big up.
Stevie Fraser, education is always good regardless of what other action is taken.
Yeah,
absolutely agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean said, what? Have I said something?
No, your grandmate.
No, you're right, Sean.
Just being compared to the Joker, that's all.
Yeah. Yeah. We've got on Mr. Batman here.
I left England in '89, so I'm sorry. I can tell you're upset, Mr. Coffeeman. Sorry, I didn't know your name. Sorry.
Oh, I'm not upset about it. I just want education because it's now getting intolerable. It's like in America, especially when you've got on the, I can't remember what news site it was, whatever the news site was in America, when people are literally saying, "All right, it's now time we armed ourselves," like people building militias to stop against it. That's where it's got to. And it's going to become like that over here, where Jewish people are going to start building militias to stop this.
Unfortunately, it's a sign of the times. When times are hard, people start turning to extremes. And it seems to be going across Europe at the moment. It's quite right, the rise of the right, the extreme right.
Extreme right and the extreme left as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Society seems to be changing, doesn't seem to be changing for the better at the moment.
No, it's not. It's going down.
It seems to be going back to how we were back in the 80s and 70s. Society is that sort of mentality.
America's been bipolar for as long as anybody remembers, really, and we seem to be the same nowadays.
I think America's forgot to take its medication. At least, we've had Donald Trump there for the last 4 years. What do you expect?
Well, it's the same here. We've had nonsense stuff going on for a long time. Never mind.
Never mind. Let's go back.
Voting doesn't seem to work.
Let's go back to talking.
Carl said I used the Y word without even thinking about it when I was younger. I then looked into it and understood more about the background of the word and never used it since. Yeah, fair play, mate. Same for me. It was always a football thing for me. It had really no other meaning for me. Apart from just saying Yiddish, as into literally to describe the demographic you're talking about at the time. But for me, that didn't come into it either, really.
No.
Ryan McFarland, afternoon, all from sunny Derry.
Morning. Lovely Derry, lovely my Irish brother, lovely Derry. Derry's a lovely place. I would recommend go to Derry again. It's a lovely place up there in the north. And actually, please
up,
get
mate.
Belfast
Big up.
as well. The Titanic museums. I've never been, but I heard it's brilliant up there. So,
Ben, no disrespect, says Frank, but you lads telling me it's all changed. Thank you.
Yeah, everything's
Yeah.
changed. There's no disrespect. It's just some people are not, especially if you're not living in the UK and you're seeing the streets change for the worse. I mean, it's a different society.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's an old one coop back from the 60s. Come on, you lily whites.
Absolutely. Big up, Derek.
Yeah.
Frank saying he'll change his name. Fair play, mate. Saves grief in the long run, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Celery
Agent
agent
Spurs.
Moondog, Levy is tight when he wakes up. He checks under the bed to see if he's lost any sleep.
Yeah, that's true.
Probably. Any news on Adama? Somebody asked that earlier as well. No, of course there. I think we'll haggle to the last moment, and then Wolves wanted more money anyway. Carl Simpson, Levy is a social distancing from his bank card. We better do some business. Yeah, seems to be.
Yeah.
So
Frank,
the song I'm referring to here is a song by the Dubliners. I'm not saying it as in Paddy sick note. You know, the Dubliners song. That's what I'm talking about here. So I'm not using. So if I've offended you in any way, I apologise. But I was referring to the song by the Dubliners. But yeah, it's my mother comes from an Irish family, so I understand absolutely wholeheartedly what the English did. The reason my mother's family was safe is because they lived in a Jewish neighbourhood. That's why they were safe. So the Jewish people and the Irish people need to stick together because we know equally how it feels to be attacked by people outside.
I mean, as a kid growing up myself, I was bullied terribly because I was Irish. Absolutely terribly. But you rise above it. You sort of think, well, there's no point retaliating. They're not educated. I am where I am, and I'm proud of who I am, and I shouldn't have to change for anybody, not for you, me, or the man next door. Our forefathers fought for our freedom back in the 1916 to the War of Independence. Like English people have a right to say how they feel and who they want to celebrate. Everyone has a right. We're a free world, and everyone has a right to their own heritage and their own beliefs. And not me, not Ben, not Kuva has a right to disrespect anybody else's religion. And I think we all should stick together. It's not just the Irish and the Jewish. I think there's a lot of decent people like Kuva next to me. He's one of the nicest people you'll ever wish to meet. A decent, caring human being who would stand with us in a protest against any sort of racism or any sort of bullying. And I think as a country, I think people are not educated. And I put that down to politicians. It's down to schooling at school. Not the right history is being taught, and I think it also starts from your home. It starts from your parents, and what they believe. It's true. Everything starts from the house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
definitely.
you start from there. But as for me as a child, I mean, I'm related to Michael Collins. I great is the man who who brought the English Empire to his knees, and I'm proud of that. But everyone has a right to their opinion. But it is called free speech. But racism or anything like that will not be tolerated on this channel or any channel. But we'll give everyone a fair their what they want to say. But we all got to stick together. It's not just an Irish and Jewish thing. We all got to stick together and beat out racism and anti-Semitism in any shape or form.
And we definitely love the Dubliners.
I love the Dubliners. Yeah, and Christy Moore. But no, I'll tell you, but you never beat the Irish. I'm sorry. Had to get that bit at the end. I was bullied by kids calling me. Yeah, it's the same when I was
Yeah.
at school. It's the same. That's how I feel. Um, John Fitzpatrick, Frankie, where? Sorry, what's that, Cliff?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Frankly, talking about Frank's name.
Yeah,
Where were you bullied? He was asking. That was all.
yeah.
Um,
School children can be quite mean.
They're cruel.
Yeah.
hang
Um,
on. There's one I was just going to go back to that as well. That one.
yeah.
Was talking about use of the word paddy as well.
Yeah.
Because for me, it gets confusing now because I see Semin say as innocent as Mock the Week, and you've got
Mm.
Dara O'Brien and Ed Byrne on there, and then
Yeah.
they're banter with each other, and there'll be a reply like "Et tu, Paddy," and I just think, oh right, it must be okay because they're joshing with each other, and it's like a friendly bit of banter. They're clearly friends and that. So then it suddenly feels like, oh, the word doesn't. It's obviously just a sort of term of endearment sort of thing, but clearly it isn't with a lot of people as well. So there's a.
It's got to be full blown, full scale, top to bottom, early education of every racist word in the book.
Yeah, I understand because there is every. I have to laugh at this though. This true. Every other name in. I mean, I've got four uncles all called Patrick, so it's Paddy. That's their name. So I understand what people do. I mean, it's quite confusing. But Patrick's one of the most popular names in Ireland, called after St Patrick. So if you're actually saying that to Patrick, well, then you're right. So some people will take offence of it. Some people will just.
It's a horrible word if used in a horrible way, just like the word "yit."
That's it. Yeah.
But you've got to have context is key.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the best way to deal with it is just to ignore it and walk the other way.
The moment you hear somebody using the word as an insult to somebody, then you know there's something up with that word that you have to look into if you don't know already. Education, as Ben said all along this morning, education is the key to everything. Make people aware of what they need to know, so people can get on. Because at the end of the day, the lesson should be for all people when you're growing up: don't be a dick. That's as simple as that.
But
plenty of other words we can use, isn't there? Right.
Yeah, it starts from home, though.
It
all starts from home.
Yeah. Current ongoings or lack of, says Paul Brown, just shows us that the success league position is not the priority of this ownership. Utilising the stadium for match profits, concerts, NFL merchandising possibilities is key. Yeah, does seem to be that way.
It does.
Can I ask Ben what his thoughts are of the Oxford English Dictionary, including the word in the dictionary? That's an interesting one as well.
I mean, it's a word because it's been used so much in British culture, especially it's mostly in German culture because it started from German culture. But it's if you take the N word for example, it's the Jewish version of the N word times 1,000. Because it was used by Germans to say, "Oh, oi, yid, come this way." It was the term of utter hatred, like Paddy used by the English people, used in a bad context. It's a disgusting word. It shouldn't be in the dictionary. There's no reason for the word. It's a hateful, horrible slur, just like the N word is, just like multiple other terms. And we need to be educated against it.
Yeah, we do. We've got Frank here saying, as William Wallace said, freedom.
Yeah.
Was that Mel Gibson said that in that film Braveheart on the horse on the top of the hill?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I don't even think we should mention Mel Gibson because he's a horrible person. What he said to Winona Ryder, calling her an oven dodger. Dodger.
Yeah, can I just say, I would have said that while I brought that up, Ben, just to clarify why I said it was. Because he had the worst Scottish accent I've ever
he did.
heard in my life. It was the most funniest thing ever. With a heart there. He said, totally agree, Dermot. Yeah, I am Adam. I am my wife, my fiance did my family tree, and we found out. I got told by my aunt that my great 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 aunt married his great 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 uncle. So I'm sort of twice removed, but I am related to him. So I'm very proud of that. The man who rode around Dublin on his bicycle with £10,000 on his head and still didn't catch him. I mean, you couldn't do it now.
Well,
He
I
was
hope he
bullied.
couldn't do it now. It would mean it's still happening, wouldn't it?
But it's quite amazing. Imagine riding around on your bicycle with 10 grand on your head and not getting caught. I mean, that's something else.
It's called bollocks, that is.
Yeah, it is.
As he called himself, he was from West Cork, so that you can never catch a man from West Cork.
John Fitzpatrick saying, I remember when I was 6, I got bullied. It didn't last long. I learned how to fight, and from that day forward, I never let anybody get bullied in life. I just hate bullies. Yeah, I feel the same way, mate.
Yeah, you do learn to fight very, very quickly.
Adam saying, paddy can be a very offensive term to use, especially if it's said by an English person to an Irish person. Yeah.
I think I said that to you once, didn't I?
I'll say it to Dermot all the time when we're off air, but well, not all the time. Sometimes.
No, I know. I'm not saying
it's
that.
Context, isn't it? It's
we had the conversation, didn't we? We were talking about words and what offended. We got onto that conversation. It was a really good conversation, and I said that to you. But there's words that the English must hate people calling you. There must be words that you find offensive.
We're just hated anyway. Don't need words. Just anything will do. Limeys, Poms, anything like that from the Aussies.
Nigel.
Yeah, how do you feel about calling the
roast
pom
beef?
from the Aussies?
French call us. Sorry.
How do you feel about calling them a pom from the Aussies? How does that?
I like potatoes. Potatoes are delicious.
Yeah. From my point of view, I always learnt it through sports anyway. So for me, it was always just banter. Didn't really have any meaning to me.
No. Well, to be fair, the French hate everyone anyway, so that makes no difference really.
True enough. It's like with the Y word. I grew up with it meaning something that was quite positive. It was being one of the Spurs crowd. It's only later in life you start learning about things you're quite naive about, unless you're brought up on it. I suppose that's the thing with your parents aren't in that community at the time as well. There's no incentive to teach you about everything. It's very difficult to have fully rounded education about everything. You've just got to keep an open mind in that case, haven't you? And when you do pick up on something, look into it. Frank saying, exactly, Cooper, it's a word of endearment to me now because I was bullied. I carry the name Paddy with pride. Yeah, but again, it's if it's somebody I don't know, if it's not a friend of mine, I'll never use it for an Irishman. It just wouldn't. It's
unless you're referencing the Sun by the Dubliners, which is an unbelievable.
It's my nickname. It's Cooper's nickname for me, and that's why I look at it. It's his nickname for me, and I like it.
What I would find particularly funny is if I met an Irishman who's actually called Paddy. And he takes offence to being called Paddy.
Oh, no. My uncle, he was called Paddy. No word of a lie. He was called Paddy. And someone went up to him and said, "How are you, Paddy?" And he punched him straight in the goal. But his name was Paddy. I mean,
what a man. I want to buy that man a drink.
His name was Paddy. Hey, Paddy, how you doing? Bang! He did have about 20 pints of Guinness in him at the time, watchers.
Good man.
Here we go. John Fitzpatrick. If someone calls me Paddy, I'll take serious offence to it. Yeah, that's fair enough, mate.
Context is key.
If it was anybody else, I would, but like from Coover or Ben, I would take offence to it. But if somebody genuine on the street said that to me, I would take offence to it. Yeah. So that's the way I look at it. But.
So I won't use that word unless there's proper context to it, whether it's referencing the song or if there's an actual guy that wants to be called it, like it's his actual name. But why would you use that unless you're trying to cause offence to someone?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, needless, isn't it?
It's needless. Don't be a dick.
Yeah, it was like when John Paul II became Pope. Everyone in Ireland was calling their children John Paul, and it was the most funniest thing ever. I mean, it was like. Every firstborn white is going to be called after the Pope. It was just it was funny.
It's a shame that didn't happen with Rocket Ronnie Rosenthal. Like everyone's just called Rocket Ronnie in the UK. Every Jewish person in the UK is just called Rocket Ronnie.
I might call you. Yeah.
I'm just thinking to a few weeks back as well, and Ben came on, and Ben saying, "Oh, it's your Jewish boy, on a hardworking Jewish boy from," and going like that. And then the next one, I thought, "Oh, shall I introduce Ben that way? Because that sounded really cool."
Yeah.
And he thought, "Oh no, that shouldn't come from me, should
The
it?"
problem is I'm not hardworking, so it'd be an insult to hardworking people.
But you did say it.
You did, yeah, he did actually. We must clip that actually and put it up there. Yeah, Cody Mack clips people, so we've got to be careful what we say.
Yeah.
John Fitzpatrick, unless we know each other fairly well,
Well, I won't call him that at all. His name's John, so I'll call him John.
Yeah.
That's his name.
But that's the point I'm making. I mean, like from Coover or Phil or Ben, it wouldn't bother me. But if it was Mr. Joe Blogg down the street calling me that, I would take offence to it.
I just call you Dermo because your name's Dermot.
It's actually, that's a Dublin term, Dermo, believe it or not. And it was Aaron that started that. It's actually, if you go into Dublin, people will start calling you Dermo. How are you doing, Dermo? You there, Dermo? My local chipper up the road, right? He's from Romania, and he calls me Dermo. So it's really funny when he starts calling me with a Romanian accent. How are you doing, Dermo? And I'm like, oh, who's Dermo? Oh, it's me.
Here we go. Back to the crux of the show again.
Yeah.
Any signings yet?
No.
Oh yeah, breaking news. That's what I forgot. We got so distracted. I forgot. Phil had texted me a picture saying that we actually had to strike a deal with Kessie. Now it's only 10% true and 90% not true. But I'd rather have 10% of hope than 90% of no hope.
Yeah, we're going to have words again about what breaking news is. Breaking news, another rumour happened.
Yeah. I don't just put that out there for people so they're happy. At least with 10% going into it.
Frank saying to John there, you have to fight another kid in school to get respect. Someday us humans will get there, but we're Tottenham fans and life is hard enough. Yeah, it also depends on which school you go to. I mean, sometimes you get lucky, grow up in certain areas. It's not quite like that, but yeah, you got to stick up for yourself a bit, haven't you?
Here's the empress of our channel, of all Spurs channels.
She's
the dark lady. She's like the Darth Vader of TTG. She's the Lord Guguma. Yes. She's probably thinking,
lovely to see Guguma as always. And everybody else thinks so as well, Carl.
Yeah.
Carl saying hello as well. Celery agent the same.
Yeah.
Frank saying, I have great Irish history in my family, too, Dermot. Like to share it with you one day. There you go.
Yeah, love that. I'd love to do that.
If there's one thing I do know, when you get two Irishmen together, they love talking about the whole history of everything. Everything to do with Ireland. It's always been the same in my experience.
Yeah, that's a show in itself. That really is a show.
You were doing that on air the other day, weren't you? It was you and Aaron.
Me and Aaron Dub, yeah.
If you do that, you've got to get a real pub involved. You've got to have a real wood-lined pub. You've got to be sitting there drinking a pint of Guinness, and you've got to be reminiscing about times gone by.
That's true.
Yeah, it's me and Aaron Dub talking about travelling up the north as kids during the Troubles. It was like going from like something really lovely to something out of a war zone. Jesus.
Strange. That's so strange.
But things were cheaper up the north, and they're still now cheaper. You've got. I mean, we were watching a program last night, Stop and Search, in Ireland. It's some of it's so embarrassing. It really is. Some of them. And this fella, right? And it used to be red diesel years ago, but now it's green diesel. And he was stopped 3 times for using the car he wasn't supposed to be using. And he had the car taken away with him the 3rd time. It's so funny.
Here's one for Ben. John's asking, when you're at a match, did you sing You'd Army?
Not anymore.
Was there a time you did, or
very young? But it's like times have changed when I've been growing up. Times have changed. In the last 10 years, anti-Semitism is at an all-time high. So now it's like you've gone back to hiding. Like there is a reason why a lot of Jewish families still have a suitcase packed at their door. There is a reason that still exists.
Really?
Now, yep, still
I
exists.
didn't know that. I've
That
never
is
heard
a
of
thing.
Even now.
Even now, it's still a thing. You have a packed suitcase in your house ready to go. That still exists.
That's shocking.
It's shocking.
It still exists. You always have a packed suitcase.
Sorry, my mouth has just dropped to the ground after that.
There is a
jaws just hit
reason.
the ground.
Yeah. Definitely aware of it. The extremism, like you said, it's going both left wing and right wing. But
Yeah,
it's really evident, a lot of it, and
So
it is. I hate the fact it actually gets fueled by mainstream media as well.
Of course it is. Media, they want poor news. Bad news is good news.
Yeah. I
you'll
mean,
be able to show it to me now, Ben, because I'm going to the match with Ben on the 13th. It's going to be, I'm looking forward to sitting with you, Ben, and watching it with you, and I'm very grateful for what you've done. But don't worry, brother, I have your back. I've got your back that day.
I don't plan on getting in any fights that day.
Damn.
you just sacrifice Dermot if it kicks off.
Yeah. Just push me in the middle. That's it. Dermot, you deal with it.
Mark saying, thanks, Ben. I can
sorry.
honestly say I will no longer be calling myself a Y in relation to supporting fans. Good on you, mate. Yeah, it's probably the easiest way. It just nip it in the bud. It's just we can do other things, can't we?
I mean, I've said it at Tottenham matches. I'm sure you have as well, Kauffie, the Y word. I mean, I've been in the match in 2003, but my father hated me saying it. And he's Irish, and he hated me saying. He said, "I don't like you saying that word," so I never said it again. Out of respect for him, it is. It's not fair, and it's not nice. And big up, Ben, for bringing that up. Really big up to you. I'm really am. Carl's speaking to Guguma. Guguma's talking to Carl. Guguma, do we have any transfer news?
Nope.
Not a jack. John Fitzpatrick, Hey Guguma. They're talking to
news is there is no news.
No, we've got Frank here. Never give words too much power. It will be our undoing. It's people's actions that we should watch for. I'm living in America now, and it's all a shit show over here. And then
true.
Yeah,
true.
That country's gone to pieces completely. It's broken so many different factions, I think, over there.
Here's the one. This is the one I agree with as well. Sean saying I spent 3 years in Melbourne, got called a pom every day by everyone. Water off the duck's back. Yeah, it doesn't mean a lot to us, mate, does it? It doesn't really matter.
Where did that come from, Kauffie? Where did the pom come from? What's the history behind that, or is it just something?
Well,
you'd have to look it up.
I'm assuming it's going to be. Is it going to be poms from apples? Is it going to be the French for apple? Is it pomme de terre or the potato? I don't know. I can't remember. Or is it pomegranate?
Because
pomegranate, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I know we're limeys because of carrying lime on the ships to combat scurvy. So perhaps it's a pomegranate. Might be.
Only fools and horses in the early days were very racial. I mean, you look at it now and you're sort of thinking, Jesus, how did they get away with it? Even a lot of the comedies back then weren't there in the early 80s.
Live life, love much, and be tolerant. That's how I live my life. Yeah. Good for you.
Top man. Absolute top man. John Fitzpatrick.
John, I went to college at Connell College, is that in Seven Sisters? Yeah. And every sort of race of human was in my class. On the first day, one guy called me Paddy. It was the last time someone called me Paddy in class.
That's the way you deal with them.
Yeah, that's true.
Goguma saying to John Fitzpatrick, nothing new. Thank you, my friend. Okay, we'll continue transfer wishes on my prayer beads. If it works, Goguma, please do so.
Yeah. We've got John Fitzpatrick. I've had to
teach him a few life lessons. Yeah,
and I think then people are just talking amongst themselves. Jesus. Right. Yeah. Again, Adam says. Yeah. and my jaw hit the ground when you said that, Ben. That's frightening.
When
It
8
really
million
is.
of you have been murdered, if 8 million of you have been murdered in the last 100 years, you keep wary. You learn to see out the back of your head.
Yeah, I mean, I said it before, but the Irish are the nearest things that do understand that.
Yep.
It really is. I mean, we had 700 years, and we had the famine, and we had everything over here. So, a lot of countries do share the same history. Even the English with the Vikings and all them. I mean, all countries share the same history, one way or the other. If we look back, Carl said that's dreadful, Ben. I cannot believe that's still the case.
It's passed down. It's passed
yeah.
down through families.
And and John Fitzpatrick, Ben, I didn't know the Yid word was so offensive. Didn't Bob Spur do a program like a few months back on it?
I wasn't in the YouTube
I think
community
you're
then,
talking
so-
about might come up. We might have
Yeah.
to do one at some point. It is a conversation that's worth having. It's just
I think it is.
as Ben rightly says, you've got to have
Yeah.
you've got to have the right audience in for that. You've got to have the right people speaking on the panel, people that know their stuff, so they can sort of educate on the spot. Because I'm certainly not going to know everything, all the ins and outs of what it's like to be a Jewish member of the community. How could I? It's not, most of it's not applicable to me. It's difficult to sort of stay on track with everything, but certainly can be aware, and you can be more aware when people are educating you as you're talking to them about it. So yeah, it could be a really good sort of show to have, but done at the right time with the right people.
That's it, exactly. We've got one here from Carl Simpson.
He's saying, Ben, you will be getting in fights as you're going to see the Street Fighter side of Dermot.
Why is Dermot going to have fights with Wolves fans?
Well, it's Dermot, isn't it? He'll be heading straight for
I'm
the
just
bar.
thinking about
Anything in his way.
So what are you doing here, lads?
Yeah, me and Dave Harris were heading straight to the pub at 10 o'clock in the morning.
And when you say Street Fighter version, do you mean like the arcade game? Right.
Yeah.
Hadouken your way to the bar.
Yeah, that's it. That was a great game in the day, wasn't it? Street Fighter. It really was.
Never my sort of thing, but it's iconic nonetheless.
Yeah.
Guguma, a packed suitcase. I only saw that in movies. I'm sorry that that's still true today. Yeah, me too. I mean, that's just you don't realise that people still live in that amount of fear. It's unreal. Ryan McFarland, what's a transfer? It's that thing. It's something easily explained. It's when you get. It's something other clubs do.
Yeah.
Right. Next question.
Yeah, not us.
Yeah. Is it in the dictionary what a transfer is?
I don't think so.
Probably not.
And then Guguma's just talking to Moondog. And then Guguma's with Sean.
I should actually look it up on that because I've dismissed it as a nothing word. I didn't see the point in looking it up.
I thought we'd come to the end of the comments there, but suddenly no more.
Of course not.
Frank saying well said to Moondog. Guguma says that talking to
Apparently,
Moondog.
it is short for pomegranate.
It must be. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking because it makes sense because we were called limeys as well, and it's the vitamin C content to avoid scurvy when at sea for long voyages.
Yeah. And then this one here for Carl Simpson.
Yes, Kura Dermot ripping his top off, shouting, "Come get some."
If I rip my top off, everyone will be running away. Oh, Lord.
If I rip my top off, everybody's getting some whether they want it or not.
Well, we've done well this morning. An hour and 14 minutes. We've gone through the comments.
Yeah, we're just about ready to show the game now.
Do you know, as 2 shows in the morning, we've been ready to have a game.
I love the fact people have got lots to say and interacting with the people on the channel. It's really good. But otherwise, we're sort of through on. We dealt with the transfers that aren't happening. There's no games this week. There's no England game either. There's no Ireland game. No. There's.
I think we should show that game again, England. I still can't believe how we kicked off that match. I'm still cringing after that. I mean, He just
We
totally,
should see if we can find another one, mate.
he totally missed the ball on that one. Do you ever watch the intro and you watch Garth Brooks? I noticed it now. When Ricky Villa hits the ball into the net, you see him doing it as well with his.
He wants to get the goal himself, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, he got the equaliser.
Indeed.
And we've got more coming in now. We've got Eugene. Hi guys, any new signings yet? No. And then he's just saying hi to Kaguma, hi to Eugene, and then Kaguma saying. Right, where do we go from here, lads? Anything else you want to say, Ben?
Hopefully, Ndombele is in Paris.
Yeah, well, we've got 21 people watching, so shall we stick a little match on, Goof?
No, but people have got things to do, mate, haven't we?
Yeah, I'm going to be off in 10 minutes as well.
Yeah, well, that's true.
We've basically done like you said, it's well over an hour on it, which is quite a lot considering so little's happening this week.
Yeah.
It's a waiting game, isn't it? When we start getting transfers happening. If we'll come back and do a surprise special if there's going to be a transfer thing.
Are we back later, Goof, you and me?
To do what?
Show that match we were supposed to show yesterday.
We'll work it out. See what time's like. I mean, if it's like still feeling as flat as everything does at the moment, maybe we should do a match. Just give some people something to watch. We'll have a look at something.
Yeah, we might do an international this week, an England international for your England fans that watch us.
Maybe.
We put ourselves under more misery by watching England play.
I don't know.
Classic England. Yeah, classic England.
Yeah, they were even worse.
I'd love to get the whole of one of the classic World Cups and just go through that one week when we're having an interlull.
Yeah.
Or in the summer or something.
France versus Brazil, 1986.
The whole of the 82 World Cup, whole of the 86 World Cup, whole of the 90 World Cup.
Yeah.
Trying to think some other. 2004 was quite a good one as well, wasn't it?
Was that European champion? Was it?
Hang on.
2006.
It must be 2002, 2006. Or one of those. Which one was the American? 94 was in America, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was a weird one.
Was that when Ronaldo set up number 9? Ronaldo was at his peak still then, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Or is that too early?
No.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it does. Mark Cousins wants Germany 0, England 5.
That was a classic game. Yeah.
Yeah. I still can't believe we beat the Germans in Germany.
Always a good thing.
Yeah. We just got to say stick it on Dermot.
We're running out of time. Too long on comments today, aren't we? There are a lot of discussions springing off it though.
Yeah. Showed the World Cup game in 1990, England versus England 101. That was a great game. England versus England.
I think he means England-Ireland. He got there eventually.
All right. Okay. Great show, gents. Cheers. He meant Ireland. Yeah. Big of G. That one there's for you. Was that in Japan? Was it?
Korea. Japan and South Korea.
Yeah, I remember.
That was a brilliant World Cup. That got me really into football. I loved that World Cup.
That was when, what was it? Roy Keane had a boss up with Mick McCarthy. Yeah. If Roy Keane had stayed, we would have beat the Spanish.
I mean, he was right, Roy Keane. I know you're because he should even though he should have supplied that Roy Keane was a professional footballer. He didn't want to be eating cheese sandwiches for his lunch when they should be at the peak of physical condition. So he was right. But
he had so many years of Alex Ferguson in his era.
Yeah,
that was his problem. And Brian
so focused on winning as well. Do everything that it takes to win. Yeah.
Brian Clough, there's another great manager.
Certainly was.
Yeah. I was watching Match of the 80s last night. Do you remember that? For Danny Baker did the match of the... Dennis Waterman did the match of the 70s.
Yeah.
Jesus, there was sometimes. Right, we'll get through these comments quickly.
I think we'll wrap it up then, won't we? People have got things to do. '94 World Cup, says John. Carl saying, am I the only one feeling so low about it all that I can't get up for anything Spurs? Just the great streams. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
We just want something to happen, don't we? Break this sort of down spell at the moment. My spelling is going bad, says Frank. I'm diagnosed with going blind, so please forgive my typos. No problem at all, mate.
Yeah.
God bless you. May God bless you. And send you an Irish
Yes, it's kind of why I'm trying to make a point of getting your things read out as well, Frank, so you can hear it. So you realise we've seen it. Moondog saying thought it was 5-1 Germany. Yeah, I think it might have been 5-1 the game in Germany.
Yeah,
but consolation goal.
Even Heskey scored.
Yeah, it's like Spurs beating Wigan 9-1, and people say 9-0 because you forget the consolation goals so easily.
Certainly do.
Which was offside in that case when we were robbed. You'll never beat the Irish, says John. That is the sort of catchphrase of the channel, really, isn't it?
Can I just say thank you, Guguma, for the donation as well, the 10-euro donation. Thank you very much, Guguma.
Oh, thank you very much, Guguma.
You're very kind.
Really appreciate it.
She donated in my channel as well. She's a lovely lady. I always supports everyone. Monetary support, comments, vibes.
Yeah.
Forget Traore, says Derek. Spurs are signing jack shit this window.
Yeah.
They probably are.
Yeah.
Cut your cock off.
Yeah.
So we're signing.
And then
Guguma, Korea, Japan World Cup was so fun, Ben. Some of my happiest football memories.
Yeah.
It is something special when the World Cup comes to your home country, definitely.
We're apparently going for the World Cup in 2030, I think, or 2034, I think.
Britain and Ireland should do it. They should do an entire thing. Both our countries, we should do it.
Yeah. And you know what would happen?
Do
you know what happened? We won't
be taken away.
For it. Guarantee that.
It'll be taken away and given to some oil baron.
Yeah.
You'll come up against France in a playoff, won't you?
Yeah.
It'd be funny if Ireland went to the World Cup final and won at Wembley. That'd be hilarious.
Definitely would.
Against the English.
Even funnier if it's against Scotland in the final.
Scotland or England, it'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I don't like the French because of that, because of Henry cheating.
I mean, it was a disgrace, that was.
Yeah. Anyway, Guguma saying at Dermot, at Coover, at Ben, thank you very much, Guguma. She really is the empress of our channel. She's like the Darth Vader. She has it all under her power.
Or she's the Princess Leia. I think Princess Leia,
definitely Princess Leia. Yeah.
Okay.
Carsten Yanker scored first. I was on holiday and I got so pissed I stayed in bed the next day. Fair play, Moondog. Yeah, I remember it. Frank saying, keep up the faith, gentlemen. We're Tottenham. Playing is your pleasure.
Yeah.
Has been for a long time, mate. Used to be good before that.
Yeah, I think if you've been Spurs fans as long as me and Coover have, you get used to it, don't you, Coover?
You do.
Can I ask you one quick question, then we'll wrap up? It's just a question I meant to ask you earlier. Do you think I said last night on Dave's channel, we've stepped back into the sugar years. Do you think we are slipping back into that sort of sugar years again?
No, it's always different. Each era is different. We didn't have the facilities back then we have now. There's everything in place now to be successful, except for Levy's policies on recruitment. That includes backroom staff and players.
Yeah.
If we got that in place, we could be flying. That's why we want Levy out, because he's not doing that part.
No, he's not.
Point for screen.
And
Levy
John
out.
Fitzpatrick, I'm praying Australia will get a World Cup.
Invisible. Yeah. Yeah, that's down today. Don't worry, mate.
They've got to start
it. Just going to have to build up for it. There we go. Levy out.
I did watch that back yesterday. It's so funny. I honest to God, I did watch it back. It was really, really funny.
John saying he's praying that the Australia get the World Cup.
Yeah, he is.
I'm definitely gonna. I'm gonna try and move heaven and earth to go to America for the World Cup. I reckon that'll be special. We'll see. Sorry, we'll see. Football will be the biggest sport in America. The day after that.
Perhaps it would have to be Australia and New Zealand sort of combined thing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think it's Canada, USA,
and Mexico. It'll be brilliant. That'll be a brilliant tournament.
Mexico will be the first nation to host the World Cup 3 times.
And Carl will finish off with this one. Carl saying, I was in Greece at a bar full of Germans that night. Never seen a bar empty so quickly. It can be a funny thing.
Yeah.
It can be a funny thing.
It can.
But anyway, right. I thought we're going to wrap it up there then. So
we are. Thank you very much for everyone that's joined us this morning. Thank you for Ben. Thank you to Goober. Thank you for Anna. It's been an education for me. And yeah, we might be. I don't know if we're back late or not, but we will announce it if we are. We might do something. We might show a game. We might not. I don't know. But we'll see anyway. Yeah, what you got coming up later, Ben? Where can people find you?
You'll find us on the Coffee Company at 2:30 today. I've got a roast and coffee. Yeah, we're just going to chill out again. I'm going to see if I can get some things done. It's just going to be a genuine chill chat. I've got nothing really planned, except for maybe showing the new coffee we're roasting today. It's the first day I'm going to roast the Valentine's Day coffee. It's a bit early, but let's get people prepared for Valentine's Day for their loved ones.
And Koof, we'll be back here at some point.
We will. We'll be back here. We'll work that one out. What are we talking about? Tuesday. So yeah, we should probably put something on, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
We'll post something a bit later when we're coming on next. Okay.
Yeah. We'll do a game and a bit of a discussion and that. But we will be back in the morning at 11:30 with Ben from his coffee shop. And to then, thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe, share the channel, and please like and subscribe to everything. And I'll leave this up here. It saves me saying it.
You'll never beat the Irish.
And
Levy out.
Gone, hasn't it? He's gone. We'll just do the Levy out bit. What's wrong way that way? Levy out.
And please, you never know. We might get a transfer in when we come on next.
And don't forget, if you're in the area, go and give Brian Daigle a bit of support, and share, retweet his tweets as well. Get the message out there. Most of us want Levy out anyway.
Yeah.
He's got at least force him to get some transfers done because he can see what the fans are going through. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much again. See you all later. Thank you very much.